Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 12 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and focusing on facing things that I have been avoiding in my life. So, yay for day 12. Um, that's way too many. 98 days, 88 days is too many to go. Oh, I didn't realize how many things I have to face in my life because I avoid things so much. And today I feel like was another day of facing my emotions. I really wish I didn't have days where I have to face my emotions and facing things, but I had to face the fact that I am doing a lot of grieving, going through and cleaning up my stuff. And even though it feels good to let go of things and it feels a little bit lighter, it's still just really sad to do it. And it's really hard. And I felt like I was having an emotional breakdown today, like multiple times today. Literally, I think I bawled my eyes out like at least twice today, which I don't like to do, especially not more than once in a day. And I was just like, I'm having an emotional meltdown. And then it finally dawned on me tonight that I'm like, I was just feeling my emotions. I was just facing my emotions when they were coming up, and I was allowing myself to feel them in the moment that I was having them. And I don't do that. I don't like to do that. I usually just shut down. I tried to shut down. I tried to avoid. It just didn't work. I feel like because I started trying to face things that I've been avoiding and because I've been doing it for 12 days now, that my body likes this and my mind seems to like this. And so it's like, we're just going to keep doing this because this is awesome. And I was just like, I don't think I've caught up with the this is awesome part. I feel like this is just a lot of stuff that I have to do. It's a lot of emotions that it's bringing up in the process. I feel like I've opened a floodgate basically of all the things that I've been avoiding, all the things that I now need to do because of all the things that I've been avoiding, and all this, it's all this pressure that's built up, and it's great to release it, but it just keeps coming because there's just so many things I've been avoiding. And so my brain is now running through all the stuff that I need to do, and it's not shutting off, it's not turning down. Like, I tried to go to bed last night and I couldn't do it. I couldn't sleep. I was up early this morning. I don't think I got more than 4 hours of sleep last night, if I got 4 hours of sleep, because I did not sleep well at all. Even the 4 hours that I was trying to sleep, I tried to sleep for longer than that, honestly. I even tried to take a nap today, and even that didn't work because as soon as I like turned everything off and laid down, I'm like, I'm so tired. And then my brain is like, but you didn't do this and you didn't do that. And you didn't. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I have an off button in my brain. And I think I just had a distraction button or a zone out button. And I kind of, those seem to have turned themselves off, like God turned them off for me so that I could face the things that I've been avoiding. And I've been praying that He will help me to face things that I've been avoiding. And God is answering my prayers and allowing me to do that. But I just don't think I realized all of the emotions involved in that. And like I said, I avoid my emotions as much as possible. And that was not very possible today. So I've done a lot of cry moments. I will probably have some more cry moments when I'm writing in my journal tonight. And I know it's good. I know it's a healthy release. I know it's something I need to do, but it's still really hard for me to do. So today I was going through and getting rid of all the toys and the little cubby things that I bought for my daughter that had all of her stuff in it, and having to take it all out. And so yesterday my friend helped me take out one of the dressers I was getting rid of and taking out some other things out to the street so people can just drive by and, put a little free on it and they take it. We didn't even write free. People just came by and took it. It's fantastic. So I took her little cubby organizer out to the street that I bought for her, and I just started bawling as soon as I did that. It was just all that flood of emotions and her being all grown up and not coming back and letting go of all of these things, that it was just bawling my eyes out. And I came back in the house and I'm like, I couldn't stop going through stuff, and I was like, okay, I got all the bags, like all this stuff for DI to be donated, and I just filled my trunk full of stuff, and I'm like, my trunk is full. I went for a drive, I dropped it off at DI, they took everything out. As soon as I started driving away, I'm just crying again. I'm like, I'm letting it all go, it's all gone, I can't get it back. I did not have the courage to stop at my old place of work. I drove right past it to drop off my old uniforms. to see if they needed any. I mean, I know I could have dropped them off there. I just decided that was one thing I just wasn't willing to face today. I just wasn't willing to go in there and to see people that may or may not be there. That may be a completely different set of people there and be like, haven't been here for like 5 or 6 years, but do you want my old uniforms? Do you still have the same uniforms? And I'm like, I had to pay for them. They take it out of your paycheck. So it's not like, and they didn't ask for them back when I left the job. So it's not like I have to give them back to them. But I was just kind of like, yeah. So I just dropped them off and donated them with everything else. If anybody wants the shirts, if they want to have them, if they want to get them, whatever they can. I just, they're not going to take up space in my house anymore. So there was just a lot of letting go and a lot of crying in the process of letting go, and then just feeling so drained that I'm like, I don't have the ability to do anything else. And I tried to take a nap and thought that would be nice. And then my brain's like, but what about this? And what about that? So I started slowly still doing more things. And I was like, I can't believe I'm still doing things. I don't want to do anything else. And one of the things that I did that I've kind of been avoiding doing, I mean, I sent messages back at Christmas time that I had stuff for people. And I messaged my friend probably a couple of months ago that I had stuff for her. And I still had presents for her. And I haven't seen her in probably like 2 or 3 months, probably 2 months. And even then, when I saw her, it was like at a big party thing. It wasn't a just hang out and get together and chat or do whatever, because she's been busy with her life and I've been not doing anything with my life. So we just haven't really connected. And so I just was like, okay. And not that I wanted to avoid it. I just didn't know where we were at in our friendship. And she's one of those friends where like you get together and it's like you just pick up right where you left off, which is fantastic. But sometimes my brain overanalyzes and I worry that I'm not, it's not going to be like that and it's not going to be okay. Or maybe she doesn't want to talk to me and maybe I've just been too bad of a friend and all of these negative things because my brain does that. And I'm like, it's not, that's not the case. It's okay. So today, that was the thing that I was trying to face that I was been avoiding. And I messaged my aunt because I talked to her a few weeks ago and I messaged her and I was like, hey, and she mentioned, because she remembered I mentioned at Christmas time that I still had something. It's like, we need to get together and do that. So I was like, I messaged her today. I'm like, I still have your stuff. Like, I still have stuff for you I got at Christmas time. So I'm like, if you want, like, whenever you're available. So she's available Sunday. So 2 days from now, I'm going to go over. And she said she'll make sandwiches for me. And I really can't eat sandwiches, but I said that would be great. And I will probably eat them because I don't have to work on Monday and hope my stomach doesn't hate me too much afterwards, or my mouth for that matter. But anyway, it was nice to be able to go and talk to my friend and catch up and see where she's at in her life and share where I'm at in my life and just kind of do that. So and I don't know if that's something I was completely avoiding. I just had the packages and I didn't want to feel like I was being a pest to call my friend and be like, hey, I still have your Christmas presents and it's the middle of May. Actually, it's not the middle of May, it's the beginning of May, but still, I'm like, that's like 4.5 months ago that Christmas was. And now I have your presents for you still. So I did get to go and watch her open them. And she was like, one of these for my son. And I'm like, I'm actually kind of glad because one of the presents I was going to give to someone else and I decided to give it to her instead. And then she asked if one of them was for him. And I was like, sure, this one can be for him. And I mean, I did when I wrapped it up for her, I figured she could use it with him or something. I thought it would be a fun thing to do, but I didn't specifically, like, I didn't write his name on it for him. I just wrote it to her. So not that he's old enough to read, he's itty bitty, but he liked to open the packages and then he opened her package for her too. But she was excited and she knew what it was. She already knew what it was. She's like, is one of them your book? And I was like, yes, one of them is my book. But she's the friend that I dedicated my book to. So if you've read my book, Illinois and the Teachers of Powers, then you can look in there and see which friend I dedicated it to. But um, anyway, she's, I think in previous videos, I called her my park friend because we would meet at the park and she would go over my videos with me. But she used to be my roommate years and years ago before she got married. And so, anyway, we've just been friends and just kind of randomly kept in touch. And sometimes we don't see each other for months or years. And then we just hang out again. So it was nice to go over there and not feel like I needed something from her. Sometimes I feel like that's our relationship. Every time I call her or talk to her, she's like, what do you need? What do you need? And I'm like, I don't really need anything. I just want to give you stuff and just kind of hang out and see how you're doing. So it was nice to go do that because I've been because I've been avoiding that because I didn't know where we were at, and I knew she was busy, and I'm just like, yeah, and I'm tired. It's been a long day, and so I was like, I don't want to do this today, of all days. But I'm grateful that I went. I'm grateful that I got to go do that and to see her and her little family and just hang out, um, and just open the book. And then I was like, okay, I made sure before I left because I just wanted to see her reaction because I am a little bit selfish when it comes to things like that because she hadn't seen my book and she hasn't seen the dedication page. Because I told her when I got the books that I got the book and I had one for her and I had one for her. And that was like back in September that I had them for her. And we just haven't got together. And then I wrapped it up for Christmas and I'm like, here you go. I even signed it and everything. And I was like, hello. So there it is. She finally gets a copy of my book. And anyway, I showed her the dedication page because it was dedicated to her. And she got a little teary eyed and she was like, I don't feel like I deserve this. And I'm like, you totally deserve this because you were like the best when I needed it at that time. So I am grateful that I could share that with her and to see her reaction. So sometimes it is worth facing things that I've been avoiding because then I kind of get to reconnect with a friend and I get to talk to somebody else and I get to get outside. I need to get outside and be around people and healthy people, people that I can talk to, people I feel comfortable with, people that I know I'm like, I can be myself around because I don't always feel like I can be myself around everybody. So it's just nice to be around people where I feel like I can relax and be myself. And I feel like I can relax and be myself around her. And that's just nice. It was just nice to go and visit and to face that little thing. I'm like, it seems silly to be avoiding friends and to be avoiding doing things and avoiding calling someone because I have something for them. But I was like, I just don't want to intrude on her little life. So it was worth intruding. It was worth going over. And it didn't feel like intruding. It was fun. Got to meet some other people that showed up and I'm like, I've seen them before. So we kind of made a connection with some other people that she knows. She knows lots of people. So it was fun. And then she invited me to something else that I can go do with her another day. So that was nice too. And so I might spend a little bit more time with her just because I need to get out of my house and do more social things. I really do. And I don't get out and do social things. So I need to start doing that. So that'll be good for me. So things that I've been avoiding. And she's just right there, like, here, let's go do social stuff. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. And I was like, okay. Because again, I know it would be good for me. And I know that God is pointing me in that direction. And He's saying, you're ready for this. You're ready for the next step. Let's do this. And so I'm hoping that by doing these videos and by doing these things, that eventually my brain will turn off because eventually I will get through the stuff that I've been avoiding. And hopefully I will learn that it's better and it's easier to just face stuff, even though I don't like it, than it is to avoid it. But I don't know, maybe my brain will always be like, let's avoid it first and then deal with it because it gets to the point where it's annoying me. So today it wasn't really annoying me. It was just I was going through all of my stuff and I'm like, I don't have a place to put these things and I can't keep them in my house. So I have to face it. And I have to face getting rid of my daughter's stuff, which I was crying about. And that was hard too. And but it was nice because I did put that out there and I happened to be just coming home and saw somebody out there that wanted to pick it up and they actually came over and talked to me and said, is it okay if I just take this? And I'm like, yes. She's like, oh, this would be perfect for toys. And I'm like, there you go, it's all yours, you can just have it, because I'm just purging and cleaning stuff out. She's like, good for you. And I was like, yeah, good for me. So emotional. I'm so all over the place, but I'm grateful that I got to see who took it, and it was someone that I know from church, and I know they're little kids, and I'm like, I'm grateful it's going to a home that will be used and will be loved like my daughter did when she was little. So I think that was God's little gift of like, hey, I'm facing these things and I'm doing these things that are hard for me, and I'm letting go of things that I don't need to hold on to anymore, but I just want to because I think I associate my memories with things, and that if I give away the things, that I'm giving away my memories and I'm losing those things, and I'm not really, but I still have to grieve letting go of the things that I'm emotionally attached to, and to the memories, and to the fact that my kids are growing up and they're not going to be little and do things like that again. And it's not going to go back the way that it was. Nothing ever does. It always changes. It's always moving. It's always whatever. And somehow in my mind, she's still little and we're still doing the little things that she did. And it's like, she's not. It's not going to happen. So, and I don't need to hold on to them um, until I have other little kids. I can always buy new stuff later if I need it. But, or if I ever have grandkids, I don't need to hold on to it for that either. I can, like I said, I can always buy more stuff if I need it, or I can use other people's stuff, borrow, whatever, but I don't need it now and it's taking up space now. So it's okay to let it go now. It's just hard. So facing the hard, doing the hard things, facing the emotions that are coming with doing the hard things, and getting to be there for a friend, unexpectedly getting to be there for a friend tonight and hanging out and listening to what's going on in her life instead of just doing what's going on in my life, which is something I'm trying to learn to do to be a better listener, because everybody tells me stuff and I automatically, my brain associates it with what's going on in my life. And then I feel the need to share what's going on in my life. Like it's kind of like my way of like, oh, connecting, like that connects. It connects the dots with me so I can relate to what you're saying and feels relatable. But then I realize that I take over the entire conversation like I do in my videos. But in my videos, it's just me talking, so it's okay. But for other people, I don't think that they see it that way. So I'm trying to learn to not take over the conversation, to mentally like, oh, I can relate to this based on this or based on that. But I don't have to share that. I can just keep listening to their stories. So it was kind of, nice to listen to her stuff. And she listened to some of my stuff and she asked me about some stuff. And then she told me some things that I didn't know. And I was grateful for the information that she gave me. And I was like, that is so kind and sweet of her to do the things that she does and to share that with me. And I was just like, oh, I am so grateful to have her for a friend and for the things that she shared with me. And grateful that I chose to reach out to her today and to do that. So it was a blessing. And I just needed that after a very emotional day today. And it was still emotional because leaving, I just wanted to cry again because of what she's going through in her life. And realizing that what I'm going through is like nothing compared to what my friend is going through, nothing compared to what other people are going through. And even though it feels super hard for me in my life, it's not super hard compared to somebody else's stuff. And I just was filled with compassion and love for my friend and wishing that I could do more for her, and hoping to just be supportive. And I offered, and she's like, I'm good. I've got everything. And I'm like, okay, well, if you need something, I'm here. So just let me know. But I'm not very good at just showing up and doing things for other people. I need to be told what to do. I need to be told how I can help, and then I can do it. But I don't always just think of things, and she's much better at just thinking and doing. And I was like, I need to be like that. But I'm still willing if she needs something. So I'm grateful that I could make that connection tonight. I needed that. And I think she needed it too. So it was kind of mutually beneficial and it was nice. And I am grateful for that. And I'm grateful to God for helping me to face the things that I've been avoiding. And I'm sure, like I said, I've opened a floodgate. And since my friend is moving in and I still have to go through more things, there will be more things that are going to pop up and more things that I've been avoiding that I will have to face, because going through all my papers today, I'm finding all the stuff for my taxes. So I'm going to have to file my taxes because that's on my list of things that I've been avoiding doing. So that's going to have to take place too. So lots of things that will be happening in the next 88 days that I'm grateful they'll get done and off of my plate, but it just feel stressful and overwhelming in the moment. And like I said, a lot of emotions. I get to be facing emotions. I don't like facing emotions. So there will probably be more of that. Anytime I have to face something I normally avoid, I think I'm just going to put it in a video because it's just so many things in my life that I avoid on a daily basis. Some of it I think is just automatic because I'm so used to doing it, and consciously having to not avoid things is hard. And I did still avoid things today because I just did not have the capacity to do it emotionally, mentally, just did not have the capacity to do it. And that's okay. I don't have to be perfect at this. It's progress, not perfection. I'm making baby steps. I'm making progress. Things are getting done. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful to God for listening to me and for answering my prayers and for helping me to see the blessings in choosing to face the things that I've been avoiding. And I'm extremely grateful for that too. And that is all that I have for today. So if you like these videos, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude and maybe find 1 or 2 things to do today. Or, sorry, have a great day full of gratitude. Maybe be willing to face something you've been avoiding so that you can feel better too.